Yo, what's up guys? So in this video, we're gonna talk about how to get more sales on Redbubble. Welcome back to my channel. My name is RJ Martinez. And in this video, we're gonna kind of break down Redbubble and kind of give you some tips and tricks on how to get more sales on the platform itself. I know in my last video that I said I was gonna do a little giveaway with the coaching call. So we're gonna get right straight into that. We're gonna pick a winner. We're gonna get straight into the computer, pick a winner, and see who wins the coaching call. And remember, in order for you to participate in that giveaway, you would have to like the video, leave a comment, and watch to the very end. So let's get into the computer and pick a winner. All right, so it was this last video right here. We're gonna go ahead and grab the URL. I'm gonna grab the URL. Haven't picked anybody yet. You can see we have around 30 comments in here. Go over here to commentpicker.com, enter the URL, paste that bad boy, and get YouTube comments. And the winner is going to be... sorry. Oh, the winner is going to be... boom, 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 AJ Cruz. So AJ Cruz, I'll message you. If not, if you're watching this video, message me. You won the 30-minute coaching call, so congratulations. AJ Cruz, awesome guy. What's up, man? What's up, brother? I know you. We talk a lot. So AJ, you won the 30-minute coaching call. We'll set that up and we'll go from there. So congratulations. Len, also congratulations with that, AJ. Appreciate you, man, leaving the comments, stuff like that. And yeah, so let's get right into the content. Let's get straight back over to the content. All right, so one of the most important things when it comes to making more sales on Redbubble is going to be the products, right? What are the top selling products on the platforms? And you want to design for those, right? You do not want to design for products that are not like in the top selling category. Well, kind of, well, I think you can make a lot of money with other products because you can, if you really think about it, some of those products have very little competition. So I could see like a unique product selling over and over and over and over and over again. But when you first jump in and the platform is telling you like, hey, these products are crushing it. Like, it's giving you hints, right? The algorithm's like telling you like, okay, it's the mask, t-shirts, and stickers, right? These products are crushing it. You would think you would want to design for those. And by looking at my account and testing and stuff like that, those are the products that are crushing it. They're doing really good with sales and stuff like that, especially with masks. Right now, they're killing it right now. I'm doing like 3 to 4, 5, 6 masks a day selling them. And someone they buy those in bulk too. So their profit margins are way up there with those. As me personally, I'm listing my prices around anywhere between 55 to 60%, right, on the profit margins on the back end, the percentage. So those right there are just crushing it. And then with stickers too, just to give you guys a little insight, the stickers I mark them up at 300%, and they still make consistent sales, right? I want to show you a little method right here. We're gonna get into the computer. I'm gonna show you a little method where you can what's selling and what's going on, what's trending and stuff like that, what search phrases are trending and stuff. So let's head right over to the computer. All right, guys, we're at redbubble.com and we are in incognito mode, right? As you guys can see, when you're looking at this, look at, you can see this already. Shop masks, shop stickers, shop t-shirts. And this right here is pretty much telling you like, hey, these are the top 3 sellers. And look at, from my understanding, it looks like what posters, wall art and stuff like that, phone cases, home living. You can see it goes on and so forth. This is telling you like a story, right? And you guys want to understand this. It's telling you a story, giving you all kinds of good information, stuff like that. Also, too, they have fan art. We'll kind of get into that a little bit, too, as well in the video. But what I would do is come over here. You want to learn, like I said, one of the most important things is learning the algorithm, right? One of the most important things. It's like showing you. So when I clicked here, it's telling me this is the top artist for the platform, right? Obviously, they're designing stuff. Think about it this way. They're designing stuff that people like. So this is why one of the reasons why they're the top artist on this platform. So something to keep in mind, right? Now with the popular products right here, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Masks, stickers, and t-shirts, right? So when you're coming in here to do product research and seeing if your designs look good on these products, what I would do is just hop in here and click on let's click on masks, for example. Okay. I opened up another tab. But also, too, a lot of people overlook this. I want to kind of bring this to your guys' attention. Trending searches, right? And these are, you got to be careful right here. You got to watch out for any of the trademarks or anything like that. But stuff like that, this is telling you stuff, guys, and this is very important. Okay, when you first start going onto the platform, even making consistent sales on the platform, right? If you run out of niches or run out of ideas, this method right here, going back to here and just doing this right here, is going to help you make sales on Redbubble, right? And it's going to help you find new niches and help you with new designs and stuff like that. So yeah, so we clicked on masks. And you can see, as we click on the mask, you can see patterns, and it's telling you kind of like what are doing well, right, when it comes to masks. So when you click on patterns, right, you're going to see that, so mask patterns, and that's the next keyword. But you're going to see that, look at this right here, like patterns are doing really well over here. Now, the most relevant and then best seller, from my understanding and what I've been looking at after I make a sell, seems like the most relevant, like the most relevant, it pops up. So this is like the most recent sold right here. And I've been kind of doing research on that. It's interesting because I'm just like, most likely it recently made a sell, from my understanding. And I've kind of been researching that a little bit. When my product at my store personally makes a sell, I noticed that the last product that popped up would be right here. This would be like the most recent sell. So I want to do a little bit more testing on that, but that's what it looks like. And that's really cool because it kind of gives you an idea of what's selling. And if it's in your niche or if you can design for it, I would definitely do that. It kind of gives you a better idea. As you can see, like patterns are doing really well, like this butterfly pattern right here. It's not really, it's like a little pattern right here, but it seems like it's been selling, right? And then like this one here, you can see like the different backgrounds too. Don't get confused like, oh, I'm just going to only upload to black, right? People get tired of designing for like people don't get tired of wearing like just the black mask. They want something with a little bit more color, right? And as you can see, okay, there's some cool ones. Purple, pink, all that fun stuff, right? Some fun colors, right? But black is still the best selling. So as you guys can see right here, it's this right here is just telling you a story. So if you guys paid, like, it's simple does sell, right? And you're looking at here, like, simple stuff does sell. And I just kind of want to bring that to your attention, right? When you're coming in here, like, the research is one of the most important things, and this is how you're going to make money consistently, and seeing what other people, what your competition is doing too as well. So it's very, 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 very important. Now, also too, like, if you go back to the very beginning, we can see that down here that we have fan art, right? Fan art merch, right? Now, this right here, these brands down here, you can design for. Right, and fan art, it's getting pretty big. I know with Merch by Amazon they started doing it too, but it's cool to see Redbubble doing stuff like this, right? Because there's people out there that would want to design for a brand, and old dirty bastard, you want to design for a brand, and you can't because you got to be careful because of like the trademarks and stuff like that. But now it's like they're giving you the opportunity. Here you go. Redbubble is collaborating with these brands, and you can design for them, right? And of course, you want to double check and look over the policies and stuff like that with Redbubble, and I'll put that down below in the description so you guys can check that out. But this right here is huge, right? Because say if you don't want to make your own designs, some people think they're cheesy, right? When you're making your own designs, they want to make designs for brands and stuff like that. Okay. You obviously can do that over here. So this is really cool. I would definitely check this out. It's really, really awesome. And you can see that people are actually doing it. And let's click on this. Rick and Morty, you can see people are actually doing it, right? And seems like they're having a lot of fun over here, right? And it makes it more exciting for you as an artist or a creator to come in here and just make some cool Rick and Morty designs. So this is really awesome, right? All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is understanding your niche. Understanding your niche is probably one of the most important things when it comes to designing, because if you don't understand it, how the heck are you going to design for it, right? You don't have the creative mindset. You don't understand what's going on, because there's certain designs that you can make for a certain niche that won't apply for another niche, right? And I know that that's big right there, and it's just most people don't understand that. But once you understand the niche, it makes it so much easier for you to dominate. Dominate it, make more sales, everything just all plugs in together. And you understanding that as you go into a new niche, or even going into a niche that you understand, which I recommend, because it's so much easier for you to dominate that niche. And that's really important, okay? And we'll break it down a little bit more and kind of go more in detail. But it's just for you to understand that when you could dive into a new niche, understanding it is so important, really, really important. And that's how you win. And that's how you get a winning design. That's how you get your design to rank number 1. And I've done this over and over and over. Get a design to rank number 1, number 2, and just dominate the whole front page, right? With funny designs, funny sayings, right? It just is so important. And I'm gonna just break down some rules for you guys, and kind of give you guys a better understanding and help you guys with understanding your niche. So what is your niche, right? What is your niche? It can be the cat niche, it can be the dog niche, it can be something like, I don't know, like something weird, right? It can be, I don't know, armpit niche, like, you know what I mean? It can be anything like that. That is a niche, right? And this right here, just understanding the niche, you can do so much. Now with like cats or dogs, like now you can go into more of a sub niche in that niche, right? So what kind of dog, right? What kind of cat, okay? Now, and then that's really big right there. Then that's how you kind of like dive in deeper and understand your niche, because if you understand your dog, right, you know what type of dog it is, right? What type of, for me, for example, I have an English Bulldog. My dog, he's kind of active, but they're supposed to be lazy, right? But he has his lazy days, right? So kind of keep that in mind. Like my dog he's a little weird though, because he likes to be active and have fun and run back and forth and do all this crazy stuff, but they're supposed to be lazy. So when I take him out for a walk and stuff like that, he goes into the corner of the room, and then he'll lay down sometimes back here, and he'll just lay there, and he'll just relax and be lazy, right? And that's what those dogs are known for, like being lazy, riding skateboards, right? They drool sometimes when they're hot, so you got to give them water, give them a little ice cube or something like that. But those dogs are known for that, right? So understanding your niche, and that's exactly what I mean, is when you understand your niche, it makes all the difference in the world, and that's gonna help you make more sales. So the next thing is like, what do they like to do in their niche, right? And I kind of broke that down a little bit. Like what in your niche, like what do these people like to do, or what do these dogs like to do, right? Like they like to ride skateboards, right? English Bulldogs like to ride skateboards. They like to lay down. Like they lay down weird and stuff like that. They lay on their back and they just like to lay there on the bed and stuff like that. They do weird stuff. So you're asking yourself that, right? You're asking yourself that when you're going into a new niche, or you understand the niche already, which I recommend, is those type of questions, so you can design for it and see something like what can you come up with, what creative design you can come up with, or saying, or whatever it is. Next thing is in this niche, so where are your customers hanging out at, right? They can be in Facebook groups, they could be on YouTube, they can be on Instagram, they can be on Pinterest. Now this right here is gonna help you a little bit, kind of plug in your link for them to make a purchase. Now I'm not saying to spam it, but you kind of be, if you're associated with everyone else, you can kind of be like engaging in the groups, like for example, like a Facebook group, and they can just go in there and drop a link like, hey, purchase this right here, check this out. And this is a cool design right here that I made. And then that's literally some of the ways you can start by people purchasing your product, and that can make it so much easier for you, right, to make money and make sales. And that's why I say, like, if you can relate to the niche, you understand it, you know what's going on, it makes it so much easier for you to dominate that niche. And as we are doing the research on the platform, right, we kind of went over that in the screen share, but the research on the platform is so important, okay? So when it comes to research on Redbubble, like the feed is telling you a story, right? And you just being engaged on there, following people, giving likes their designs and stuff like that. It seems like it helps the algorithm a little bit, right? And it shows you that you're engaging on the platform. Other people follow you, and it's really cool. Okay, so and one of the most important things, you just want to understand your audience, right? When you're making design for your audience, you have to understand like who's buying this, right? So you got to keep that in mind when you're trying to take it to that next level and make more sales. Like, who's buying this product? Who's gonna buy this? Is it a college teen, right? Is it a parent buying it for a kid? Like stuff like that. So you have to understand your design when you're designing. It's very important. It's so important, right? Because you understanding that is just making more sales for yourself. The biggest question that I get all the time: which one does better, text-based or illustration? That is a big question. And as you're doing research on Redbubble, you're gonna see some really awesome illustrations. You're gonna be like, dude, I can't even compete with that. And that's understandable, because when it comes to with those type of, there's some really talented artists out there, and they're really, really good. And if you kind of took what I just said right there, you can't compete with that. That's basically saying it's like with the copycats, there's copycats that people will just rip your design pixel for pixel. And do not do that. I do not recommend you do that. When they do that type of stuff, it sucks, right? You get very disappointed, you get very angry. So don't do that. Don't do that on any platform at all. Do not do that. But when you go onto a platform, you see an illustration, it's like, wow, okay, this person, first of all, created less competition for himself, because no one can draw what he drew, right? So you got to keep that in mind. So an illustration, okay, and a text-based design. Illustration, you're going to have less competition right off the back, right? So if it's a custom illustration that no one can draw, right, and it's making sales, because they do make sales, and they make really good sales, but if they can't compete with that, right, you're creating less competition for yourself. Okay, now there's a couple things here, but I can't draw, I can't do that type of artwork. You can either outsource it or go over to text-based designs and start making text-based designs. But it's really hard. Or you can like find some licensing and stuff like that. Communicate with someone. Tell them, hey, can this illustration, if I pay you $100 a year, can I use this design for commercial use for the year? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And work out deals with artists and stuff like that. So you can do that, but it, of course, is going to take a little bit of work. It's not going to happen like overnight. You got to do some messaging, some DM sliding, and you got to understand the whole process behind it. But illustrations are one of my favorite designs, because it's just so unique, so different, and it stands out. And they're really awesome. They're beautiful. They're like next level stuff, and I appreciate it so much. They make me happy by looking at illustrations, by looking at someone else's work and seeing how creative they were and what they were thinking about. I enjoy that type of stuff. Now, it's not saying text-based designs do not do well. I know a few people that crush it with text-based designs, and I'm talking about only thing they have on their account is text-based designs, and they're doing over $6,000-7,000 a month in profit, right? And that is crazy. That is amazing. So you understanding that right there is big too as well, but you have to find the niches with very little competition. Now with the illustrations, you can kind of go into like the bigger niches and see what you can do, because it's very unique and different, and that creates less competition for yourself. Now text-based designs, you're gonna have to dive into more. You're gonna have to dive into more to the research and understand the niche, right? And see if you want to go into niches with very little competition, but if there's you want the demand to be there. So they're pretty much even in their own way, but the text-based designs, let me add this too as well, they're easy to copy. So that's not good in a way. That's why a lot of people come onto platforms, they see a design, oh, I'm gonna copy that right there, and make their own version of it. So you have to understand exactly what I put together right there is illustrations, text-based. So I see it as more of long-term. It has its downfalls right there, but it can work long-term. And this right here is just really solid. It's up to you how you want to do it, but yeah. Yeah, and also too, guys, check out my other videos right here. Thank you for watching. My name is RJ Martinez.